Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, January 10th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Now, I wasn't exactly a math major in school, but I'm still smart enough to realize that a whole lot of sets plus a whole lot of reps adds up to a whole lot of pain, which is what I'm guessing 212 Pro Mitch Staats is probably feeling plenty of on this fine Wednesday. This week, the South Florida native dropped a couple of videos from his latest quad day massacre where we see him unloading the proverbial clip in what I'm sure was a day he won't be forgetting anytime soon. For the most part, Staats has had a pretty low-key off-season, but even with that in mind, let's not forget that this guy is pretty damn good when he's operating in all-out mode. So it'll be interesting to see if he can come in and build on some of the strong past performances as the season starts to roll along. Historically, the Arnold amateur stage has been pretty good at unearthing some excellent young talent over the years. And 8 weeks from now, I'm sure that rising Canadian big man Dana Baker is hoping he can add his name to the list of Arnold amateur graduates who've gone on to create a legacy in the big leagues. Now that he's officially entered into his second half of his contest prep, it looks like Baker has really started to kick things up a few notches. And the word I'm hearing from my friends up north is that he's primed and ready to join the Ian Vallières and Reagan Grimes of the world as the latest top Canadian talent to earn his bones on the Arnold amateur stage. In the past, we've seen Baker string together a couple of really impressive outings on the Canadian amateur circuit. So I'm sure I won't be the only one in the audience looking to see if Baker and his team bring their A game and punch their ticket to the pros. If you're a bodybuilding fan and you're not totally in love with the classic physique division yet, then I'm sorry, you must have been asleep at the wheel for the last 2 seasons. But don't worry, because I think there's still time for you to hop on the bandwagon of soon-to-be superstar Roman Vavrecan. You may not formally know last year's heavyweight champ from the Arnold Amateur Spain yet, but trust me, you will soon. Over the last few weeks, Vavrecan has been getting a lot of buzz from the grassroots fans as more and more of his outrageous photos from last season have begun to circulate. And if this guy can show up from day one and be as good as advertised, we might immediately have to start throwing his name into the Olympia conversation. If you guys didn't catch the fireworks on the latest episode of RxMuscle's Iron Debate, then I highly suggest you click your way over in that direction immediately after the show is over. But for now, I guess you'll have to settle for a little bit of bang-bang action we've got coming from one of our Iron Debate guests, IFBB Pro Fakhri Mubarak. When he's not busy stirring the pot up on some of our other programs, lately it looks like Fak's been prepping for an alleged 2018 comeback after being away from the game for the better part of the last decade. According to Fakhri, right now, he's in the process of packing on some of that muscle he needs to be able to compete at the elite level once again, which is no small task considering how much the game has evolved since the last time he stepped on stage. But now that he's got that little bit of extra incentive in the form of some external motivation, let's see what sort of magic potion he can cook up from now till May's New York Pro. Now that we've already dove a little prematurely down the New York Pro rabbit hole, I guess we should probably talk about the rumors surrounding our old friend Brad Rowe's potential trip to the greatest city on earth later this season. Late last week, I began hearing some buzz that Rowe and his team were potentially thinking about throwing their hat into the New York Pro ring this May, where I'm sure he'll look to rebound strong from that tough Ferrigno Legacy Classic performance he had to close out last season. Throughout his career, Rowe has always been the type to keep flawless conditioning throughout the off-season, and right now, he doesn't appear to be any different. But if he can add a little bit of thickness through his chest and back to really tie together his incredible legs and small waist, he's a guy who could maybe make things real interesting in that first call-out. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.